Today, April 30th, 2026. My name is Amir. Imagine a student named Sarah who lives in a small remote village. There is no university for hundreds of miles, and traveling for school is not possible for her. Yet every night she sits at a kitchen table and joins a high-level business class online. She listens, asks questions, and learns just like any other student. For many years, higher education depended on where you lived. But today, students like Sarah can be part of a global classroom without leaving home. Online education is growing fast. More and more students are choosing this option because it's flexible and accessible. It's no longer just a backup plan, it is becoming a major part of how people learn. However, even though online education has many benefits, it still has important problems that we need to fix. Let's start with the problems. First, many online students struggle with engagement. It is easy to feel alone when you're learning through a screen instead of sitting in a classroom with others. Without face-to-face interaction, students may lose motivation, participation, and sometimes even drop out. This feeling of digital isolation is a real challenge. Second, there are issues with access to technology. Not every student has fast internet or reliable computers. Some students deal with slow connections, broken devices, or outdated software. This makes it hard for them to attend classes, complete assignments, or even log in. This gap, often called the digital divide, creates unfair disadvantages for many learners. Now that we understand the problems, let's talk about why these things happen. One major cause is the outdated course design. Many online classes are just recording of old lectures. They're not built for interactions, discussions, or active learning. This makes it hard for students to stay focused and involved. Another cause is the lack of strong infrastructure. In many rural or low-income areas, high-speed internet is still not available or is too expensive. Even though the world depends more and more on technology, access to it is still unequal. This makes online education harder for some students than others. Now let's look at the solution. First, schools and universities need to improve how they design online courses. Teachers should be trained to use interactive tools like polls, breakout rooms, and discussions. Classes should encourage students to participate, not just watch. When students are involved, they learn better and feel more connected. Second, we need better access to technology, and governments and organizations should work to make high-speed internet available affordable to everyone. Schools can also help by providing devices or support to students who need them. Finally, there are simple things that can do as students. You can join online study groups to stay connected with classmates. You can check your technology regularly to avoid problems during class. Most importantly, you can make an effort to participate, ask questions, use the chat, and stay active during lessons. In conclusion, online education has the power to change lives, just like it has for Sarah. But to make it truly effective, we must fix the problems of isolation and access by improving course design, expanding technology access, and taking personal responsibilities for ourselves. Let's make sure that Sarah's kitchen table is not just a place for sits, but a place where she thrives. Let's make it the front row of world-class education. And today I have my friend here, Mr. Aryan, and I'm going to do a quick interview with him.
Hey, how's it going,
before
guys?
we finish this video.
Hey.
So I want to ask you, which one do you prefer better, the online classes or the in-person classes?
Honestly, in-person classes are definitely more engaging and gets the information flowing into your brain easier. But I see in many cases, online studying is definitely easier for some students, especially if they're abroad and they don't have any schools near them, and they some have remote jobs, so they can study stuff from abroad, from long distance places. And some people are just busy, so they don't have exactly the hours they can come in, so they just do study in their off time and get finished with school.
So you prefer online classes? You prefer?
No, I do prefer in-person classes more.
In-person
yes.
classes are, because it's more engaging.
More engaging is definitely
better.
easier to learn, but I see some opinions why online studies are definitely better for some people. It depends.
Yeah, so if you're behind a computer, you can't focus.
Yes, exactly. For
You're
me,
more...
example, I cannot focus on a computer.
So
I have to be in person.
You're better focused.
Yes, I have to talk to my classmates, talk to the professor,
So when you're in the class, do you ask questions from the teacher, or are you scared of?
I usually do. No, I usually do. Yeah.
So that helps a lot, huh?
Definitely. Yeah.
Tell me more about asking questions from the teacher. How does
So-
that help? In what ways?
So when you're in person, like this professor usually like takes the time out of his day to like talk to you in person and just gets the idea in your head easier. For
Mhm.
example, if you're just not like if you're studying online, you have to send an email, you just wait for a response.
Usually.
If he responds like today, tomorrow, you don't know. Sometimes you just miss it because there's too many messages, especially from online professors. We get so many messages from every student.
Mhm.
But when he's in class, just like they ask a question, you respond, is the over with.
Okay,
Yeah.
so give me a pro and a con of online classes.
Online,
And a pro and a con for in-person classes.
online classes, as I said, some people have they're
They
very
can't see you, just
Oh, let me come closer?
Picture,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, some students they work throughout the day. They work to 9 to 5. So they don't have the time to come to school,
Mhm.
so they study at the night time.
So
That
pros
was
for online
definitely a
classes.
pro. One of the
And then
cons is
cons.
like some students definitely feel disengaged because they don't like people need discipline to just go and like have the hours to. Some people just when they're tired, they're just okay, it's the computer, they're not gonna check it. You know,
Okay, so
that's
then,
definitely the con. I see like some students just skip classes because it's online.
and then in person.
In person, I feel like getting information to you is easier. If you like go in person, you put the hours in. If you don't even pay attention, you're still gonna get something out of it because you're in there, you're listening, actively listening to it.
Mhm.
But one of the cons is like, as I said before, some people don't like big social groups. Some people are not good with talking to others. They like be alone and just focus on themselves.
They
On, like
can't do anything else. They just have to go
Yeah.
to school. They can't
Yeah.
work on it.
yeah,
Okay.
the time too.
All
Thanks
right,
for coming
perfect.
today.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Bye.